Hi, I'm Ed from Muffle Motor Services, and we're here today with Professional Motor Mechanic magazine, and we're taking a look at Bailcast CV boots and everything about them. We're going to actually go through fitting one and all the best practices involved in fitting a CV boot. So yes, if you're enjoying the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. So before we get into the step-by-step guide on how to change a CV boot, there is quite a few ways of changing a CV boot. So the number one method is using a cone. We've all been there back a few years, where you're trying to put a CV boot on with a cone and stretch it over the top of the CV joint. And normally there's grease everywhere and it's a slippery mess. And you can also end up injuring yourself because you can slip and hit something in the wheel arch. So method number two is the conventional OE CV boot. These are normally a stiff CV boot. So they require the actual CV joint to be removed from the drive shaft itself, which normally involves whacking it with a hammer, which is never good. So there's lots of problems with this. You could damage the actual CV joint itself. You could damage some components around the CV joint. It also takes a lot longer to do than using a stretchy CV boot. And also, the worst thing is if you can notice the CV joint's not damaged and it gets taken away by the customer, they hear the noise, you'll end up replacing the CV joint under warranty. So this brings me perfectly onto method number three, which is my favorite, which is using a stretchy CV boot from Bailcast and their Duragun, which is a lot quicker and a lot more economical for the customer. So here we've got the Bailcast Dura boots. Fantastic bit of kit, been using them for many years. They come in a good range, so they've got 8 different boots, all of different sizes, and they come with a fantastic catalogue, so you can match up exactly which CV boot you need. It's also got everything in the box, so it's got the CV boot, the CV grease, and the outer and inner clip. So you've got everything you need to do the job. These are stretchy, so they go on the Duragun, stretch out, so you can get it over the CV joint really easily. Whereas the problem is with the OE ones, they don't stretch. I mean, if you ever tried to stretch one, they don't stretch or they end up snapping. So let's talk about the Duragun. So the Duragun tool, it's a great bit of kit, some great features with it. First things I love about it is the soft rubber handle, which when you change the CV boot, it can get quite a slippery thing. So it's got a good grip on it. It's got 2 buttons on it. It's got the pressure one and the one to release it. It's also got a safety valve built into it, which is fantastic because it means it won't over-pressurize. Another real good item about this is the fact that it meets UKCA CE requirements, which basically means it's been safety tested in the UK, so it's allowed to be sold in the UK. And there's various other brands around which don't meet these standards, which means you're working with real high pressure and you want to know that you're really safe while using it. Right, that's enough about the tool and the product. We're going to change a CV boot on the passenger side front on the trusty van. So let's get up on the ramp and let's go step by step through it. Right, so here we go, step-by-step guide. We've got the vehicle up on the ramp, and the first thing we're going to do now is get the wheel off. So we've got the wheel off now. So next thing to do is to get access to the drive shaft, and it will be completely different on different vehicles. Luckily on this vehicle, I've got 2 ways. I can either take the lower arm out, or I can take the 2 pinch bolts out at the bottom of the shock absorber. I'm going to take the 2 pinch bolts off. We also have got to take the hub nut off the end of the drive shaft. One thing I'd be very careful with is sometimes you have to tap these out of the drive shaft. There is special tools to do these, but if you are going to use a hammer, try and use a copper hammer because you won't damage the end of the drive shaft. So once we've got that all off and out of the way, we should be able to pull the drive shaft out of the hub and gain access to the CV boot. Next step is to cut the old CV boot off of there, so you can cut the clips off and then cut the CV boot straight off. Don't make a mess of it because you'll need it to measure the CV boot so you can compare it to the Dura boots that we're going to put on there. So once we've got the boot removed, we need to clean up the area to remove all the old grease. Don't use anything apart really from the rags or any sort of wiping things. Don't use any WD-40 because it can contaminate the actual CV grease that you're going to put in there. Right, so we've got the CV boot off the vehicle. I spoke earlier about trying not to damage the CV boot when you take it off. I know it's difficult sometimes. As you saw there, that one was a little bit tricky getting it off, but we got there in the end. The reason is because you've got to measure it up to match up with the new Dura boot. So the easiest way is the kind of usual way to measure with a set of verniers. So it's around about 72 mil there. And then we measure the inside one as well, which is around about 22. So this means that I can then go and have a look at the back of the box. So in this case, I will be needing a DBC 700. What I'll do as well is I'll get it out of the box and just compare it to the old one, just to make sure, because there'll be nothing worse than putting it on the tool, stretching it, getting it over there, and then realising it's the wrong one. So I can just compare the circumferences, so that looks about right. And the inner one, as you can see there, looks bang on. So we are going to fit the DBC 700. Once you've got the correct boot, you need to check that your Duragun is all fit and healthy to be used. Make sure there's no sharp edges on it, and make sure it's clean, because if it's not clean, the boot will slip off the gun itself. Also check that your CV boot has no defects before proceeding. So have a visual inspection of it to make sure there's no cracks or anything like that, because as soon as you put pressure into the Duragun, it will crack and split. Next up is your correct PPE. You can see that I'm wearing gloves, especially with the CV grease as well. I'd always recommend wearing gloves in the workshop, but also because we're using something that's air pressured, I've got to put my safety goggles on. Right, we're now ready to put the boot onto the Duragun itself. So, Duragun, make sure all the forks are all in the right places. And all we need to do is literally slide the boot on here, get it over like that. As you can see, the spokes are just out the top of the CV boot itself. Next step is, now we're happy with where the CV boot is, the Duragun's all ready to go, is to connect the airline. So it simply just connects in like that. And as you can see, nothing's happened yet. That's because I've got to press the plus button to open up. So obviously just be careful with this bit, because you're obviously using compressed air and it's high pressure. So press the plus button and it will open up, as you can see. Just be sure not to go too far. And it's just got enough space to go over the CV joint itself. Disconnect the airline, and then we are ready to put this over the drive shaft. Right, now we're happy, CV boot's stretched, the drive shaft and CV joint is all clean. So what I'm going to do is get my CV joint on over the top. And what's nice about this, it can go all the way down, and we'll just release the air out of it by pressing the plus button again. And once it goes all the way down, we can then push the CV boot off. There we go. Remove the tool out of the way. We are now done with this. The next thing to do is get it in place on the CV joint, and just so much that you can get it back, so you can get the grease into the CV boot around all the CV joint itself, and make sure that all the grease, and the beauty of the Bailcast is they give you the perfect amount of grease to go into the CV joint. Once you're happy with where the CV boot is sitting, you now have to clip it into place. And there is special tools for using these clips. As you can see here, they have to be pressed from either side at the same time to clip it into place. And also make sure you do the inner one as well. A lot of people just use cable ties. This is not sufficient, and grease will leak out if you don't use the correct clip. Now that's all done, that's your CV boot fitted. We can now go in reverse order and fit all the components back onto the vehicle and make sure everything's torqued and done up to spec. And now we'll get the wheel back on, torque the wheel up, and obviously I'd always recommend cleaning the area we're in, and then also taking it for a good road test afterwards to make sure everything's all good. Right, so you've now just seen a step-by-step guide on the CV boot change on the Ford's Transit. It was made a lot easier by using the Dura boot, the stretchy Dura boot, and the Duragun. It's a really, really great tool. So my advice would be to buy once and don't buy cheap. Having this is it's a good, reliable tool that can be used over and over again in the workshop. We've got several of them dotted around. We've had them for many years and we've never ever had a problem. But they do come with a 3-year warranty. So you can be rest assured that any problems within those first 3 years, Bailcast will sort it out for you. So I'd really look into investing in a good quality tool that's made in the UK, like the Duragun from Bailcast. I hope you enjoyed the video today and the step-by-step guide. I hope some really useful pointers in there. If you want some more information on Bailcast products, then click the link below. There's also going to be some shorts in the description, so please take a look at those. And if you're enjoying the content, then please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one.